So in order to put this together, we didn't need too many special tools. So this is kind of what I used. I had a 10mm wrench, a 12, 14, and 17 wrenches I needed. Used the diagonal cutters basically to cut all the zip ties. Phillips screwdriver was used for putting the fenders on. Ball peen hammer just for general getting some of the bolts through on the cage. Large crescent wrench I used on the back wheel nuts. And then when I was doing the front end alignment, I used the smaller crescent wrench to hold the tie rods as I loosened nuts and all that. And then to do the steering wheel, I needed a 1/8 Allen wrench, and then this other one that was for putting the light bar on. That came in the kit already with the light bar. And then as far as sockets, all I had was a 10mm. Oops, I had it over here. 10mm socket, and then there was a 13, 14, and a 15, and I had the extension just in case I needed to reach anything, which I think I just used it for when I was putting the wheels on. And then one of the specialty things is when they ship you the vehicle, all the tires don't have air. The Schrader valves inside the tire stems are all out. So you'll need this special tool. I have these. You can get them in different forms. They're like in a T shape too. But this is just a simple little thing that then puts the Schrader valve into the tires so that they hold air then. So again, pretty simple build. Went pretty well. Okay, we got it off the frame that's right there. So as you I showed in the first part how to get it out from the frame fairly easy with one person. So now we've got it up on jack stands. So it's pretty well teetering on this one. It's very easy to pick the front end up because this engine weighs a lot more than the front end does. So right now we're going to start with assembly per the book with putting the rear strut in, bolting this side up, and then putting the rear shock on this side. So this one right here is just a temporary one that holds it in place for shipping so it's not bouncing around. So we'll start with that. Okay, how we doing, boys?
Good.
Getting those bolts tightened and the rear shocks. Get the one side done. And this side we're just putting the bottom bolt on.
I think you're almost done. Yeah, it's getting tight.
So this is where we left off yesterday. We got it pretty much put together, majority of it. Got the cage up, got the tires on, got some of the connections made, got the wheel on. We've got to get the tires blown up to the proper inflation, do an alignment to get the wheel straight. Right now it's pointed, the wheel's pointed straight, but the tires themselves are pointed a little bit to the left, so we'll do a little shifting on the tie rod ends to get those lined up so that it's at least somewhat close. That's kind of just a quick overview. Not too bad. Haven't had to use too many specific tools, just kind of like a handful so far. But we've got to put the fenders on, light bar, get the engine fired up. I think I'll show you some of the connections you got to make back here in a bit, but there's one that somebody else shared in another post. This one specifically, it goes to the gas tank. I would never have known that had I not watched this video. There's not much in the manual, but this is all goes together pretty self-explanatory. It's not too bad, but we're getting closer. We got to put the taillights on too, I see. So, all right. there it is, all together, running, started right up. About to try to take it for a quick spin out in the snow quickly. Try not to get it too yucked up, but it's pretty snowy out there. But we're just going to take it easy. Make sure everything seems to be working right. Which it seems to be at the moment. Change the oil. Clean the screen out. Put some gas in it. Ready to go. What do you think? That's going to be fun to drive, huh? Yeah. Yeehaw!